Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Ali Bongo. Ali Bongo, let me read to you an email I received from Steve Robinson. Hi David, my name is Steve Robinson and I'm writing to you from the UK. Wow, thank you so much for writing, Steve. I have spent a total of about 40 years in this great art of magic, and I absolutely love your YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Steve. I know that if I have never heard sense spoken before, then I know I am hearing it from you. It's such a change to hear someone talking so passionately about magic rather than just teaching tricks. I was once talking to the late Ali Bongo, a great magic inventor, and we were discussing the magicians of today. At the time, it was when David Copperfield had vanished the Statue of Liberty. And Ali Bongo made a very interesting comment. He said, the key to great magic is don't make it too impossible. I was wondering if you would agree with this comment and maybe feature one of your excellent presentations on Ali Bongo. Thank you for taking the time to read my letter to you. Keep up the great work, and I wish you all the happiness and health in your future. Kind regards, Steve. Steve, first of all, this is a wonderful letter. I do get letters, I do get emails, I do get comments down below, and many times they're very complimentary, many times they're very encouraging, but I appreciate this letter. Now, Steve, I replied to Steve, and this is what I said regarding the comment by Ali Bongo. He said the key to great magic is don't make it too impossible. So my initial reaction to Steve was, I agree. I agree with Ali Bongo. If you make it too impossible, the audience will dismiss it. We need to leave some room for wonder. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I've seen it in my own performances. Now, I did some research after I replied to Steve, and there's a theory. I did not know. See, there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, that's kind of the way it is. There's a theory that has been explored by none other than John Racherbaumer. And I'm going to put the link down below because if you're interested in this concept, you really need to pursue this book. John Racherbaumer wrote a book by the name of The Too Perfect Theory. So that's what it's called, the too perfect theory. If you create magic that's too perfect, it diminishes rather than increases the wonder. It's by John Racherbaumer. Now what John did was he called on a number of professionals, people who are doing magic for a living, people who make their magic their profession. And he asked them this question. He asked them the very same question that Steve asked me. And the answers varied. Some people said, no, you should make it as impossible as possible. And other people said, no, there's validity, and you'd be surprised who's on which side of the fence. So, I mean, the named magicians of our time all contributed to this book. It's called The Too Perfect Theory. I'm going to put the link below. I got my copy from library.com. Library.com, by the way, is LYBRARY.com. And I'll put the link below so you can take a look at that. It's very inexpensive, and it's great reading. So if you're interested in this theory, the Too Perfect Theory, take a look at that. So Steve writes back. Let me read you his response. Wow, what a lovely, fast response. Thank you. I think the way you research your subjects will tell you everything. By the way, I asked him, can you give me any anecdotes? Because he knew Ali Bongo personally. So, I mean, anything that I can do, I never met Ali Bongo. I have read Ali Bongo. I have watched his work, but I've never met him. So I wrote back to Steve and I asked him for anecdotes or histories or something that I can include in this presentation. He writes back, he says, what a lovely, fast response, thank you. I think the way you research your subjects will tell you everything about Ali Bongo that you need. Your research is amazing. The only thing I would add, and I love this anecdote, so this is why I'm including it. The only thing I would add is how at the conventions that I met him, he would be just as happy talking to and giving advice to unknown amateurs as he was talking to the likes of Paul Daniels, Harry Blackstone, all the big stars. He was an absolute human encyclopedia of magic knowledge and a true gentleman. Once again, David, thank you for the time to write to me, and keep doing what you're doing for this great thing we call magic. Kindest regards, Steve. So I thought that was a really important anecdote, and I'm glad Steve shared it with me, and I'm glad to be sharing it with you. There are magicians. Well, anyone in any walk of life, you know, you go to conventions, you're shoulder to shoulder with people, and are they going to treat you like people, or are they going to treat you somehow lesser? Well, Ali Bongo treated people pretty well, and this, according to Stephen, I think that speaks volumes for the man. So let me give you a little bit of history about Ali Bongo. William Oliver Wallace, that was his real name. William Oliver Wallace was born December 8, 1929 in Bangalore, British India. He crossed over, that's my preferred term for died, because it reflects my belief system, that the spirit lives on. So he crossed over March 8th, 2009. Went to Sutton Valence School on a scholarship, but left at the age of 16 to begin a career as a full-time entertainer. He worked for Harry Stanley's Unique Magic Studio. He was the manager of the magic department at Hamley's Toy Shop in London's Regent Street. In 1960, that's the year I was born, 1960 he joined the Magic Circle. 1962 he became a member of the Inner Magic Circle. 1965 made his British TV debut on The Good Old Days. 1972 he won the Magic Circle Magician of the Year. 1983 won the Carlton Comedy Award. 1991 won the David Burglas Award. In 2008 was elected president of the Magic Circle. He was the magic consultant and advisor for the Paul Daniels Show. That's why he's rubbing shoulders with Paul Daniels at a convention. He's giving him tips and ideas on his show. He is also the magic advisor on Doctor Who. Some of you are going to really appreciate that, those of you that are Who fans. Now, you either love that show or you don't. I mean, but it has an extremely strong following. But Ali Bongo was the magic consultant on Doctor Who. 2009, he collapsed while giving a lecture in Paris. You know, how many people do you know, or did you know of, have collapsed or passed away during performance? I mean, it's shocking. It's shocking the number. Well, he collapsed. He suffered a stroke March 9th, 2009. He died from complications arising from pneumonia after being treated for the stroke. 1966, he wrote the book, the Bongo book by Ali Bongo. I have some of these books, by the way. I didn't bring them to show you. I apologize, but I have some of these books. 1979, Be a Magician. 1980, Ali Bongo's Book of Magic. The last one, 1980, Ali Bongo's Book of Magic, is still readily available. Steve, thank you so much for asking for this. I hope I did it justice. Thank you for writing. Thank you for encouraging this. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. Please subscribe if you've not done so already, and please comment down below, or please send me an email. I love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.